Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gaurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. So reading from Vedanta Sutra, now third chapter. We finished pretty much all the subject matters of 2 chapters. There's 4 chapters. The first 2 chapters deal with Sambandha Gyan. Now the third chapter is dealing with Sadhana. What are the sadhana to attain Brahman? And the 4th chapter deal with the phala, the fruits, or the moksha, mukti. So every chapter is divided in 4 quarters or 4 parts. In the third chapter, called Sadhana Adhyaya, the chapter following Sadhana, the first quarter or first pada is called vairagya, vairagya pad. It's continuing the description of the jiva, but its condition in this material world. And it's meant to generate some kind of a disgust of this material world in order to renounce it. The second quarter generates a yearning. We want to be attracted to Brahman, to Krishna, by describing his attributes. The third quarter is meditation on difference and non-difference in Brahman. The 4th quarter of the same chapter, the 3rd chapter, it's described different paths: karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. So now we want to see the first sutra of this 3rd chapter. It's a long sutra. Some are very short, some are quite long. So the Sanskrit is Tad anantara pratipato ramhati samparikshvakshta prashna nirupanabhyam. And the meaning is, on attaining another body after death, the jiva goes surrounded by subtle element in his subtle body, and this is understood, said the Sutrakara Vyasadeva, from the questions and answers. So what question, what answers? Every sutra refers to a shruti, to a text from an Upanishad. And usually it's one of the main Upanishad, like Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad or Chandogya Upanishad. And here in the Chandogya Upanishad it is described how a Kshatriya, a king named Pravahara, he was approached by Shwetaketu. You know this Shwetaketu, he appears in Chandogya Upanishad because it is related to the Tattvamasi. This sutra, Tattvamasi, Shwetaketu. So he approached the king, and that king asked 5 questions. So question and answer, said the sutra, 5 questions. What are those questions? The destination of those who perform sacrifice. Where are they going? How are they coming back to this mortal world? The people who do not attain this world, those who are sinful. The difference between the path of the god and the path of the ancestor, Devayana and Pitriyana. And then the 5th question is concerning why is the last oblation of water called man. So the boy, yes, you may not understand the last question, but that is exactly the reason why this sutra is here to explain. And the boy, Shwetaketu is a boy, he doesn't know the answer and he's feeling very depressed. He goes home and goes see his father, Gotama. Gotama, the same Gotama who told them, I think it's later on, this Tattvamasi, you are that. But Gotama says, I don't know the answer also. So what does the Brahmana, there are 2 Brahmanas, father and son. The father decides, I will go see the king and I will ask them these questions. And they go together to see the king, And the king is happy to welcome them and want to give them wealth for welcoming. And the father, Gautama, he says, no, I don't want wealth. I want the answer to those questions. So this is a pertinent instruction. Because we think that the guru is someone who knows everything. Even if he doesn't know, he says he's knowing. Why am I saying this? Some gurus don't have sufficient knowledge of Shastra. But because of their ego, because they are not Shuddha Bhakta, then they think that they should never say they don't know. And if someone actually is knowing, they will never want their disciple to go. Especially if that person who is knowing is not as important as they are. Here, two Brahmana, they go see the king, a Kshatriya. Father and son go to be enlightened about Brahman. They acknowledge their ignorance. This is the beginning of knowledge. The beginning of knowledge is to acknowledge your ignorance. When you come to see the guru, you inquire from him. I don't know, please tell me. They are not afraid of social convention. You are Kshatriya, we are Brahmana, therefore we are superior. No, you know Brahman, therefore you are superior. So similarly, a sannyasi guru who actually can see that someone has more knowledge than him and is more elevated than him, even though he may be not a sannyasi, he may be a grihastha or brahmachari, he should not hesitate to go and take his own disciple to go inquire. Otherwise, he's not a guru. He's cheating. He's pretending to know when he doesn't know. So this is an instruction for us. Anyway, the king instructs 5 types of sacrifice. Life is a sacrifice. I'd said already the Chandogya Upanishad. And all life is a sacrifice. But specifically what you do. If you offer fire, if you offer oblation to the fire, then this is direct sacrifice, fire sacrifice. And it is done with Shraddha. Shraddha means faith, but it doesn't mean believing. Shraddha means what you put into, what you really is carrying you. And you know for sure that the result of this Shraddha ceremony or this ceremony Jyotishtoma to the fire will lead you to heaven. So therefore you will attend heaven. This is the second oblation. Then it is said that when you obtain heaven, you get a specific type of body. This is an oblation also. You get a body made of soma. Soma Raja, so that you can enjoy the celestial pleasure. And you enjoy there, they describe about the moon. Soma is the moon, and Soma is the juice that give nectar to the god. Okay? And so you have a Soma Raja body, and you enjoy according to the merits of your good deeds. And when those good deeds are exhausted, you come back to this mortal world, this human world. How you come back? Through rain. This is an offering. This is another fire that is offered. Fire of rain. And this rain will fall on the earth. So you're offering something on the earth. This is also a fire sacrifice that you offer, and it will become plants or seeds. These plants or seed will be eaten by men. This is a sacrifice that is made to the man, and the food that will be transformed into blood and semen, and this semen is going to be offered in the fire of the woman. The womb of the woman is like the fire of sacrifice, and the oblation is the semen. So then the question is, well, why is the question of water? It says that the soul leaves the body with the subtle element and all the senses within this subtle body, like sight, like taste, like hearing. All this is included within the subtle body. So why are we talking about water? Why is the fifth oblation called water? So the Vedanta Sutra is explaining because water is predominant. This is second sutra. Water is predominant in the body in the form of blood, in the form of mucus, in the form of fluids, in the form of semen. Even modern science says that the body is made of 80% of water. That's why there's an offering within the water, and this is the answer to the 5 kind of question. Of course, this kind of question is kind of puzzling. What kind of questions are those, and what kind of answer are there? It says that when you do sacrifice, you create a celestial body called Somaraj. And it says in the Chandogya Upanishad that the Somaraj is food for the Devata, food for the god. They eat this Somaraj. So then the question here in the Vedanta Sutra is also about concerning this, that it's the 7th sutra. If you say that the soul is eaten, then how is it possible? Why will you do sacrifice if you're going to be eaten by the gods? So the Vyasadeva is answering, Bhaktam vanatma vitvat tata idarshayati. The statement telling that the gods are eating the soul, or Somaraj, is figurative only, or metaphorical, because the karmis do not know the soul. In the sutra, there is anatma vit. Vit means to know. Atma means the soul. Anatma means they don't know the soul. And so the explanation is, whatever you do when you don't know the soul, karmis, those who perform sacrifice, don't know anything about the soul. And so everything they do, everything they see, everything they taste, everything they smell, everything they hear, everything they touch, sensation, feelings, pleasure, all those pleasure are experienced by the god, the sense devatas. They all experience the pleasure of looking through your eyes, of everything that is pleasant, not the unpleasantness. That is when you don't know the soul. Because it is written that in the beginning everything was actually spiritual. And then in the creation, the God of creation, he exclaimed, Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Brahman, I am spirit soul. And whoever knows this Aham Brahmasmi, he actually is not under the control of the gods, because he knows that the entire creation is made of spirit. Whoever knows this has the Atma Vidya. He knows what is the ultimate science. Otherwise, the person who doesn't know Aham Brahmasmi, I am spirit soul, I am Brahman, I am spirit, he is like an animal to the gods. When we say that the soul is the food of the god, it means it is the enjoyment of the god. Just like when you say that the rich people are food for the king, it's because they pay tax, and so therefore it is enjoyment for him. And the Vaishya, in turn, his wealth or food is the cattle. He has so many sheep, not for eating, but for selling, or for, this is the sign of his prosperity. So therefore, it is a figurative. Language can be understood in 2 different ways, 2 or 3. There's a literal meaning. If you say that when the soul is leaving the body at death, then it is taken literally, yes. But when you say that the soul is eaten by the god, this is only a metaphor, just to explain how the gods will enjoy you. They will enjoy whatever you enjoy. But if you realize your spiritual nature, You are not under the control of the gods anymore. Actually, you can understand all of the gods, why they're here. So, then, next sutra. Sutra number 8 of this chapter. Kritatyate nushayavan drishta smritibhya. When the jiva has exhausted all of his karma, which allow for enjoyment in Swarga, he returns with the remaining karma, because that is seen in the Shruti and Smriti as well. So when you go up, you come down after. The Chandogya Upanishad is saying, Shruti, when those who have done good deeds return, they obtain a pleasant birth as a Brahmana, Kshatriya or Vaishya. When those who have done bad deeds return to this world, they will obtain inferior birth as dogs, pigs or Chandala. You can go to heaven and come back as a dog, because you have good karma and you have bad karma. So therefore it is all mixed. And in the Smriti like Bhagavad Gita, it says in the 9th chapter, those who study the Vedas and drink the soma juice, seeking for heavenly planets, worship me indirectly, say Krishna. Purified of sinful reaction, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure, and the result of their pious deeds are exhausted, they return to this mortal world again. Kshine punya martyalokam vishanti. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the 3 Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. So this first part of this 3rd chapter called Sadhana, this first part is called vairagya, vairagya pad. We have to learn how to become renounced, even of pleasant results. This is difficult. But when you come down from the heaven, it's like the fallen angels. You know, we were talking about falling from Goloka. You cannot fall from Goloka, but you can fall from Swarga. And this falling down is painful. And if you could be aware of this, you would say, what is the need of going up to Swarga to come back again to this mortal world? But next time, we'll talk about those people who don't follow the Vedas and they go to hell. So this should be a good reason to renounce this world and develop knowledge and bhakti. Panchakalpa tarubhyacha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha.